which is great, which is going to make a difference to how Bitcoin works. It's quite hard to take me seriously.
Sorry.
So, Macy, what do you think of our new content corner?
I am really liking it, actually. This was probably one of your best ideas you've ever had. Ever today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ever today.
I think so, yeah. You can't tell right now because it's very grey in London, but this is perfect lighting.
This is going to be optimal, isn't it?
Yeah. Content creation. Watch out.
The story behind this is that on Friday I had an extra coffee on my way into work. Came into work completely over-caffeinated, lost my mind slightly, and decided to redo the whole office. So the ping pong table, which used to be here, that's now been stashed away, much to people's disappointment. And we're just moving everything around. Everyone's moving desks. I'm not very popular in the office, but then, you know, that's nothing new. And it's my sort of interior design project.
I think you achieved a lot, though.
Yeah?
I had one job to order a rug, and
it's the worst rug ever.
ever.
It's about half the size of what we expected.
It looks like a bath rug, like the one that you put in the bathroom.
You had one job, Macy. You had one job. Okay, so for this video, we thought we would talk about some cryptos that Macy has picked out.
Yes.
A list of cryptos that Macy's picked out, and we're going to discuss them as to whether we still think they will be around in, let's say, 20 years' time. Shall we?
Yes.
What do you reckon? 20 years?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay.
Still enough time for us both to be alive as well, so.
Speak for yourself.
It's
relevant. And it was also decided, wasn't it, that I was going to discuss them and give them the thumbs up or the thumbs down whilst dressed as a Roman centurion.
Why not? Give the people what they like to see.
Anyone, I'm not sure if it's come out yet, but I did a disclaimer video as a Roman soldier, and we managed to get these props. So we thought we'd get maximum mileage.
Get your money's worth for the.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So let's do it, and then I'll sort of somehow decide whether they live or die with this. Shall I?
Okay.
Okay.
Don't come too close.
No. I'll put it here, so it's not pointing at me.
Yes, please. Please do.
Okay. What's the first one on your list then?
The first one is, you'll be surprised to know, Bitcoin.
Oh wow!
Wow, what a shocker!
That's a funny one.
It's a really niche coin, yeah.
That is niche, yeah. Do I think Bitcoin will still be around in 20 years' time? Yes, 100%.
Okay.
100%. Yeah, it's stood the test of time so far.
It's the number one, really.
It's the number one with good reason. It's still the most decentralized project out there, and the network keeps going from strength to strength. I think there are still problems. It can still be the network can be slow, and by that I mean obviously transactions can take a while. But actually, something that concerns me a bit more is actually the fact that because Bitcoin is so decentralized, that part of the problem is that it's very difficult for all the developers working on Bitcoin to agree on anything. So, for instance, we've got this Taproot upgrade coming soon, which is great, which is going to make a difference to how Bitcoin works. It's quite hard to take me seriously.
Sorry. I'm trying to listen to this fountain of knowledge and I can't.
Let's stick with it.
Okay, go.
Let's stick with it till we can no longer bear it. Yes, but part of the problem is, that Bitcoin can be slow to implement these new upgrades. So, for instance, we've got Taproot coming in a few weeks' time, but that has taken an awful long time to get approved and then to be implemented and all this sort of stuff. So that's my only concern about Bitcoin. But having said that, I have no doubt at all it will still be here in 20 years' time, 40 years' time, 100 years' time.
Yeah.
Bitcoin gets the sword up. Okay, what's next?
The next one is Solana.
Solana.
One of your faves, I'd say.
One of my favourites, yeah. I've really enjoyed watching Solana over the past year, not just its price go crazy, but all the development that's happened on it. It's obviously sort of stepped into this kind of void that has been left by Ethereum, because Ethereum is so tricky to use, it's so expensive to use. Solana as a fast contract blockchain has stepped up there. It's got some amazing tech. Anatoly Yakovenko, the guy behind it, is similarly amazing. And yeah, the development we've seen on there is brilliant. We actually got dApps. We've got things like Audius running there, which is, I think, a dApp with a genuine use case. Yes. And then you've got tons of investment coming into it as well. Sam Bankman-Fried and Alameda Research and FTX. There's just so much going on there. So, do I think it will still be around in 20 years' time? Yes. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty. It's come out the blocks very, very quick.
Yeah, it has. Okay, next we have.
It gets the yes. What's up next?
We have a bit more controversial this time.
Mm-hmm.
Shiba Inu.
Shiba Inu. Well, no.
No. Just no.
I have to say, when I did a YouTube video on Shiba Inu a few months ago, when I was looking into that, I was surprised by the project. There was a lot more to it than I thought, and the Shiba Inu developers are trying to build a DeFi sort of platform, a DeFi ecosystem, which I think is impressive. It is kind of more than just a meme coin, and obviously it's got a very strong following of people behind it.
Yep.
Although I think a lot of those people are kind of drawn in by the sort of false hope that it will get to 1 cent.
Yes.
And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, folks. I do not believe that Shiba Inu will get to 1 cent, because that would give it a market cap of about 5 times what Bitcoin's is at the moment, and I just don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Do I think it's going to be around in 20 years' time? No, because I think it is a meme coin. Okay, it's a meme coin that's trying to do more than just be a meme coin.
Yep.
But I think the novelty will wear off. That said, if they do manage to deliver on some of their promises or what they're trying to do, then it could happen.
Yep.
But no, I don't think so. I think it'll be a bit of a sort of old joke in 20 years' time.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. Okay, next we have.
Shiba Inu.
A beheading. A beheading of the dog. Yeah. That's so mean.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll cut the animal cruelty bit out.
Okay, next is Ethereum.
Ethereum. Wow, I've gone for another low cap altcoin. Yep, Ethereum will still be around.
Yes.
Ethereum is great. I'm really excited. Like most other people, I'm really excited about 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to make a huge difference, and it's going to make the network a lot more usable. And there's just so much building on it at the moment. And the NFT craze is a great example of that. I mean, there are NFTs coming to lots of platforms now, but Ethereum, I think, still has the edge for now. And then there's obviously all the stablecoins and all the DeFi projects running on there. It's just so big. It's not too big to fail.
Yes.
I think that phrase has sort of been a bit overused in recent years. I don't think any crypto project is too big to fail, because there's so much competition in the space and there's so much that could happen. And obviously, if the 2.0 merge were to go wrong, that would be. Yeah, it wouldn't be the end of the road for Ethereum, but it would set it back an awful lot. But yes, I still think it'll be around in 20 years' time, comfortably, and probably a pretty fundamental aspect of all our lives.
I think so.
Like Bitcoin. Yeah.
I love Ethereum.
So Ethereum, yes!
Next, we have Kusama.
Kusama?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a left field choice.
That's a very... Yeah.
Okay.
Throw you a little curveball.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, Kusama is interesting because obviously it serves as Polkadot's sort of unaudited testnet. So I think Kusama's long-term fate is very much tied to Polkadot.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Polkadot project, and obviously we've got Polkadot's parachain slot auctions coming up soon,
yep.
which is a big moment for the network, and that'll be big for adoption and all that sort of stuff with Polkadot. So. Yeah, Kusama. I mean, Kusama's quite a novel idea. I like the idea of a crypto project having a test net, having a sort of testing ground.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's hard to say whether it'll still be around. I think probably it will be around, but I think it may be around in a kind of different form.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I think perhaps if it's as successful as it could be. It may actually sort of split off from Polkadot and become its own sort of more separate ecosystem. So, Yes, I think Kusama could still be around, but I don't think we'll recognise it in its current form.
Okay. Yeah.
If that makes sense. So.
On the fence.
On the fence.
We're on the fence with Kusama.
Yeah. Not sure.
Next, we have USDT.
Oh, okay. Tether. USDT.
Yeah, your other favourite.
Well, I do like USDT in some ways because I mean it's paired with sort of most cryptos, so I kind of have to use it a lot of the time if I'm buying. But yeah, the problems with Tether are not going to go away anytime soon, and obviously we are going to at some point find out whether US regulators are going to go after Tether, which I think they probably are.
Yep.
Will that be the death knell for USDT? Quite possibly.
Yeah. It's going to make a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So either way.
Yeah. And one of the problems we found with stablecoins, especially centrally controlled ones like Tether and, to be fair, USDC and USDP from Paxos and others, these centrally controlled ones, that means that access to them can be restricted. So if Tether does get into trouble, there's nothing to necessarily stop Tether or the authorities making sure that people are denied access to their USDT, which is frightening to say the least.
Yep.
So no, I don't think Tether's going to survive personally. Again, it's something that could evolve and mutate and become something else. Maybe perhaps get absorbed by another stablecoin. I don't know. But no, in 20 years' time, no, I don't think we'll still have Tether. So thumbs down.
Next, we have our little Axies, Axie Infinity.
Oh wow! Okay, that's a niche. Sorry, I'm just gonna. Have I got a big mark on my?
No, your forehead just looks really sweaty.
God, I've got new respect for these Roman legions.
I know. I had it on earlier actually, and my head was very heavy.
Well, as you know, it's hard enough sitting on a sofa talking about crypto with one of these things on. So what it must have been like
to actually
having a battle with people is anyone's guess. Axie Infinity. Wow, it's been such an amazing few months for Axie. It's obviously, I think, the #1 blockchain game out there. I mean, it's about sort of somewhere like it's top 20, 25.
It just grew ridiculously.
Yeah.
I remember we did the video and I did a couple of TikToks about Axie Infinity, and then it just. Not obviously because of our videos, but I mean around that time it just went
was going crazy,
mad.
wasn't it?
Yeah. I remember even my dad, who knows nothing about, he's trying to learn about crypto, and he was like, "Should I invest in these Axie things?" And I was like, "How do you know about Axie Infinity?" Like,
wow.
Yeah, so he'd seen it somewhere. He's been reading up on like CoinMarketCap and stuff.
Wow. Okay, so mass adoption could be on its way for Axie Infinity if your dad knows about it.
My dad.
That is amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's such it's an amazing project, Axie Infinity, and just the extent to which it's been picked up and that people are using it. I mean, this idea of people in the Philippines actually making a living from it is just insane and wonderful at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I must say though, having sort of played the game a little bit when I was researching it, it's not something I could imagine myself playing forever. I mean, I don't really play it anymore, mind you. That's because I don't really have time, and I wasn't very good at it. But yeah, I struggle to imagine that just because of the nature of games. I mean, games come and go, don't they? And some games go down in history. Axie Infinity, I'm sure, will have its place in history. Whether it will still exist as a cryptocurrency, whether AXS will still exist, and obviously you've got Small Love Potion as well.
Is it Smooth?
Was it Smooth?
Smooth Love Potion.
Smooth Love Potion as well. I think it used to be Small. Anyhow, Smooth Love Potion. So no, I don't think they'll be around. But I wouldn't call that a failure per se. I just think the world will have moved on. And
maybe a new game would. Yeah, new NFT.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I can't remember the name of the company that develops Axie Infinity, but I'm sure they will have gone on to bigger and better things. And Axie Infinity, I think, won't be with us for that long.
Okay.
Nice sound effect, that. Don't you think? That's me stabbing an Axie.
Ah.
Sorry. Take the animal cruelty bits out.
The Axie cruelty.
The Axie cruelty.
The cruelty towards poor
digital
Axies.
pets.
The last one we have Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. Oh my word. Well, it's still with us. It's been around for it's been around for a while now.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it has the... Again, it's a meme coin, but I don't think it has the potential utility of Shiba Inu. Oh God, it's just so difficult to... It's so difficult to call. You can almost imagine it going either way, and the world being sort of crazy. And in 20 years' time,
the biggest cryptocurrency ever.
Doge is now the common medium of exchange, and everyone's be like, "Do you remember when this was a joke?"
Yeah.
Do you remember when all those crypto YouTubers would slag it off?
Well, as well, Elon keeps he's tweeted about it again recently.
Yeah.
So I mean, he seems to dominate
like it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he seems to fluctuate the markets whenever he tweets anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think in 20 years' time, that will be something that we definitely look back on at this stage when we're looking at the history of crypto. I think
how
the fact
one
that
man who made electric cars.
Like how one man, even though he's he's an absolute genius, the smartest guy in pretty much any room, and obviously the richest man in the world, and he's achieved so much, but still, how one man could tweet something and affect the price of this
Just
thing.
the markets go wild.
I'll finish up on Doge and say that my big concern is that there is still this big unidentified Doge whale who could very well be Elon himself. We just don't know.
Conspiracy. If anyone does conspiracies, there's a video.
There you are.
There's a video to research.
So yeah, I think that for me is just such a big problem, and if something isn't done about that, I can't see how Doge could possibly still keep going. But then you can't keep a good dog down, can you?
Weirder things have happened.
Weirder things certainly have happened, Macy. You're absolutely right. So I'm going to say I don't think Doge will be with us, but it's a mad world, isn't it? So there we are. More animal cruelty. I'm sorry.
I know all the ones that you've beheaded have been animals, but
yeah, God, that says something, doesn't it?
It does.
There's some deep root. Oh wow! There'll be a psychoanalyst watching this, just having an absolute field day.
Piecing together all the parts of your childhood.
It's like, that's another point on the psychopath test. Ticked off. Well, thank you, Macy. I enjoyed that.
Yes.
I'd rather you hadn't made me wear the helmet because it was very uncomfortable.
It's not for me. It's for the.
It's for the fans.
Yeah.
Oh well, fans, if you enjoyed it, if you'd like to see me wearing a helmet in more videos, please keep your opinions to yourself.
No, give a thumbs up, and we'll make him dress up constantly.